All right, before we get to showing you everything else about the Hill Country State Natural Area, at orientation they start off by giving you the packet of rules and regulations, and then they give you a sheet of animal observation, which they want you to put what blind you're in, the date, the time of the day, and what animal you've seen or harvested. It helps them keep records of for their future hunts in the following years. And then I thought this was pretty cool, but they actually give you a forecast of temps, barometric pressure, humidity, all that good stuff while you're there. And then, of course, you get the map of the place, and it shows you the location of all the blinds. Of course, you're assigned blinds, so like me and my wife, we're assigned, two different blinds. But it'll show you the legend down here, the park boundary, hunting blinds, where you park for your hunt, headquarters, and all that good stuff. But as you can see here, there's like I believe 17 or 18 blinds, starting at 1, going all the way up. They just kind of follow along through the place. There's a lot of area that they don't have blinds that would probably be pretty good hunting. They might just be harder to get to, and they try to keep it to where it's pretty accessible for anybody. We had a pretty good hike to carry corn in because we were gonna bait out, but 17 blinds all in all, and it's some of them are in good locations and some of them aren't, in my opinion. But that's the layout of the blinds. Okay, now I'm going to show you the sign in and sign out sheet. It's got the day of the hunt, all the blind numbers, and then you put your name by which blind you're in, and when you're in the field you put the time that you're in, and then when you leave out of the field, whether it's for lunch, go back to camp or whatever, you sign yourself out. That way they know whether we're in the field or not.
What's up, everybody? It's Nick with Multi Hunter 24/7, and it is January the 21st, and I'm hunting. I'm on a doe hunt uh, at the Hill Country State Natural Area, also known as the Hill Country SNA for short. But it's in Bandera and Medina counties. The county line kind of splits this property. It's about 5,000 something acres. I got it on a Texas draw hunt, and this is the spike and antlerless category, although they don't want us shooting any spikes, so we're allowed 2 does apiece. Me and my wife are out here, and it's about 3:45 in the afternoon, and they got pop-up blinds set up for us out here. And this morning they actually got snow way down here, and this is close to San Antonio, folks. Not very often that happens, but well, anyway, I think the hunting's been kind of tough. There ain't near as much sign as I thought there would be. However, you never know. You just never know. But the temperature is like 39 degrees right now. It's supposed to be dropping into the upper teens to low 20s tonight. I've got a beautiful area I'm hunting right here. I drew blind number 9, and like I say, all the blinds are pop-up blinds. Some of them are close shots. Some of them you got more room. Some of them you kind of tight. The one my wife's setting in, it's actually not a very far shot, and you can't see much area. So she might end up sitting over here with me in the mornings, and then we'll hunt separate in the afternoons. Sorry, my nose is itching. The ground in here is just dirt. So every time you move or shuffle your feet, it just stirs up. But I gotta get quiet because I got in here a little bit late today. I got more to tell you guys about this place. It's a beautiful place. But we'll get to that later. For now, we're going to shut up. This is just day 1 of the hunt. We had orientation this morning at 11, and we're hunting the first evening. Then we have all day tomorrow, Wednesday, morning and evening, and then the morning of Thursday, the morning hunt. in case you can't hear me, I'm whispering because I still got good hunting time left. But it's very cold out here. But I dropped that pig. I smoked it. Dropped him like a sack of taters. Looked like there was 3 came running in. They're all small pigs. Good eaters though. Haven't decided if I'm gonna mess with them or not. But if I'm going to, that'd be good eating size for sure. Anyway, success night 1. Not the target species, but hey, something on the ground, right? Gotta love it. I don't know how cold it is, but it's very cold. Very, very cold. Alright, well, I'm gonna get quiet. Alright, let's go get this pig, folks. Turn you around. Maybe it's not too dark. Wherever I go, I find the pigs. That's no joke. There it is. Alright guys, I was going to show you a little bit of the inside of the blind. Like I said, they use pop-up blinds here at the Hill Country State Natural Area. And the blinds are roomy, real roomy. Let me zoom out here. With my wife. Hi, baby. Anyway, because there's 2 chairs in here now. They said to bring your own chairs, but both blinds, my wife's that she was sitting in, and then the one we sit in, that's my area. They have these metal chairs in them, but we brought them because they told us, that's what it said in the little pamphlet or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, they do have chairs in them, but bring yours just in case. The blinds are roomy. The only thing that sucks about these blinds is that the windows, I don't like the design on them. Every pop-up's a little bit different. But these things are like freaking humongous, and the zippers go down to right here, all the way up. And then you can go down the center with the one from the bottom up like this. Okay? Not all the blinds have these. This one did. It's a newer blind. But so really, if you open this window, it's like basically you just got a roof over your head. That's how big the windows are. So we just kind of V'd it right here because that's where we scattered the corn kind of out in that area right there. Back that way. About 75 to 100 yards. Anyway, then make sure you bring a shooting rest. So we got a bipod in this one, and then we got a death grip bog pod that my wife's using. And this was cold this morning when we got out of the truck. It was 16, so we brought heater. And no, we're not going to catch something on fire. It's dirt floor. before anybody says anything about that. Anyway, here's what the inside looks like, and we'll show you the outside. Hey, babe, when we got out of the blind, did you see all those deer running off? Golly, this place is loaded. That was strictly a joke. You barely even see any tracks. We heard one shot this morning, so somebody probably got something. Yesterday afternoon, one of the guys, there's 10 hunters out here, babe. There's 10 hunters. One of the guys hit one back and in the guts, and they tracked it for about an hour, a little over an hour. Never could find it. And then another guy scared a doe out going to his blind, but that was it. So only out of 10 people on the first hunt yesterday evening, only 2 deer sightings, and I got me a pig this morning. Heard the one shot. We got skunked. Like I said, it was cold, real cold. I'm gonna flip this camera around and show you the outside of this blind. I'm just gonna kind of half sip it so it won't blow away too bad. Obviously, this one's a pretty new blind, and they got tucked up pretty close to the cedar tree, but they have all the pop-ups labeled with a little tag in the front. So this is obviously blind 9. My wife's yours is 8, right? Yeah, my wife's blind is number 8, and it's actually going down this road a good ways. I don't know how far, but it's a long ways. And yeah, so it's way down there, and that's to the west. That's what I was gonna tell you. So anyway, we'll come back this afternoon. I think she'll probably sit on hers this afternoon by herself, and then we'll hunt together in the mornings. So we have 2 more hunts left this evening and tomorrow morning. But you'd think if it was eat up with deer, that there would be fresh tracks in this soft dirt. I mean, look how easy our prints are. Noticed, like even from stuff that's moving overnight, but there's just not hardly any sign. Now, granted, this is the last hunt of the year out here, and I think they've hosted. This is probably the 3rd or the 4th. So we're getting the leftovers, basically. Things have been spooked out. Now, yeah. Now, the last hunt was back in like a month ago, so it has been almost a month. I looked that up. So things probably settled back down. Yeah. Got a little, look like a bobcat track. No nails, so, yep. Anyway, there's just very limited sign. Like there's a deer track, and it's just like I said, the 4th hunt. Even though it's had time since it's been a month, and it's been had time to settle down. If you've had 3-4 hunts before this, well, yeah, there's a decent doe track. But if you had several hunts before this and 10 to 15 hunters each, then they've been shot into, and a bunch of them been killed off. And my opinion, some of these places, they need to offer either less hunts, or skip a year in between, like maybe put in, make it available for a draw 1 year and then skip a year, and then another year and skip a year. Because my experience in a couple of these places that we've been to is that it's just there's not much activity. So if they have see the yellow ribbon, they have all this they got them clearly marked. So Still a little bit of snow left from yesterday's snowfall, very little. Like I said, it was 16 degrees. Yeah, and the wind chill was 12 this morning. And this is down, close to San Antonio, Texas. So that's pretty far south to be. Of course, the same system also brought the snow to Louisiana, Florida, and Gulf Coast, and everywhere else. So anyway, like I was saying, I think they need to skip a year or do something or offer less hunts and let the populations build back up a little. I'm not saying, I know that's what they're doing is trying to keep them in check. But good Lord, and you can't even see a deer while I offer a hunt, All right. Anyway. They give you these little tags, like to match your blind. So mine's 9, my wife's is 8. Got to leave them on your dash. And then the little lodge we're staying in was $20 a night. Oh, really? Okay. Anyway, 25 a person per night, and they give you this little thing right here to kind of show you, I guess, that you're staying in the lodge or whatever. Kind of cool little history. That house was built in obviously 1892. I don't know who it belonged to, but still in pretty good shape to be an old house. From a distance, anyway. I think now they use it for like a maintenance deal for all the employees here. All right, so this is headquarters. But you gotta that was a sign of headquarters. This is actually headquarters right here. So this is where you come the first day to show them your permits, get signed in, orientation. Here's a parking area for it, and there's the actual little office building right there. But you have to go all the way to the maintenance area. It's not real far, but it's kind of weird. But you have to go to the maintenance area, which I'll show you a picture of later. Anyway, you have to go to the maintenance area to sign in and out every time sign in when you're going in the blind, sign out when you're leaving out of the blind. This is the road that goes back to where I parked to go to my spot, and also to the group lodge where we're staying. There's just we met a couple of cool guys excuse me, from the San Antonio area. Roger and his dad, Roger. So Roger and Roger Jr. Yep, junior and senior. Cool guys. They're the only ones staying in the lodge with us. Maybe I can talk them into letting us take a picture of all of us together or something. That'd be kind of cool. The cool story behind that is during the initial day. Oh wait, first this is the parking area. This is where we parked to go in to our hunting spot. There's someone still out in the field. Well, anyway, but they said, "Do you guys have a YouTube channel?" And I was like, so it kind of freaked me out. But yeah, so that was kind of cool that they recognized us. And anyway, it turns out they're really nice guys, and we enjoyed visiting with them, hanging out. Senior is freaking hilarious, Roger Senior. Now it's focused. All right, we're gonna let y'all guys get a look driving in back here to the back of the place where the lodge is, where we're staying. It's just a house, but it's an old house. It's pretty cool. It's a place to stay on site instead of having to drive in town.
even though town's not that far away. This is like, I guess you could park in there, skin and quarter your deer there if you happen to get one. Or there's several little places you could probably do it. This place is really dedicated. We've noticed a lot to the equestrian, like horse type trail rides. They got stables, barns everywhere, hitching posts everywhere. I mean, it's like a big horse place for sure. I think they should just put a feeder right up in that corner out there over there, and just let us hunt here from the lodge. That'd be great. Just kidding. All right, so this is it. It's a nice little place. What? There's a so anyway, it says maximum 12 people, but here's the room's got 3 beds in it, kind of down in a lower area. This is the guys, the Raj Jr., Raj Senior. They're staying in that room. We're not gonna invade their room. Leave that door shut. There's a half bath in here. There's the full bath in here. And then we got another bedroom here. Single queen, I guess. Oh, note to self. If you do this, see there's no sheets on the bed. We didn't really know, we didn't think about that. So we had to make a quick run into Dollar General last night and grab us some pillows and some sheets and a quilt because we didn't come prepared for that. But here's the living room. Got a little table in here and a place to chill out. Front door of the house. We come in through the back door. And here's the kitchen area. Got a microwave, freezer and fridge, stove. Just keep in mind that it doesn't come with anything. It doesn't come with trash sacks. Doesn't come with paper towels. Nothing. It's just a bare place with nice heat and air. So if you're planning on staying on site, bring everything that you need ahead of time. And here's the room where we're staying. It's another queen. Anyway, nice little place to stay on site. Pretty cool. What's up, everyone? It's Wednesday, January the 22nd, and this is our third hunt of 4. So this is the second evening, and then we'll have tomorrow morning to hunt here at the Hill Country SNA. Don't feel real highly optimistic about it, but you never know. We'll see. Just wanted to let y'all know that the temperatures are in the 50s today with a pretty strong west wind, which is perfect for mine and my wife's location. So maybe it's just like we've seen deer on this place. I was joking around earlier about not seeing deer. We've seen deer on this place, but none in the areas we're hunting. It's always like off the road, stuff like that. So anyway, just want to check in with you guys and stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have one on the ground for you.
Right that one door, I shot the head, right? But then she was
10 yards, 20 yards away.
I said, man, that was a small hole. Then I turned it the other side. I was like, oh my.
I was curious to see if the corn had been messed with, and I come down here because
know, we wasn't seeing nothing, getting skunk after skunk after skunk, you know, all these hunts, not seeing nothing, except for that first night I seen pigs. And they've definitely been in here, so, you know, it's not that there ain't deer here. I think it's just nocturnal activity. I think it's, they just went nocturnal, period. Because I found, you know, there's some corn left, but not a whole lot. And we scattered, you know, basically about 80 pounds of corn. And this is the view from where we scattered the corn to the blind. It's about 100 yards, maybe a little bit less, maybe 90. But found 2 or 3 spots where it was wet, where they just peed like last night because it was still wet. Matter of fact, right here, you can obviously tell that it's been peed on. There's a little spot of mud there, and it's got a deer track right in the center of it. So there's definitely been activity here, just I think all been at night. Because we've hunted evening, I got the pig, morning's nothing, evening nothing, and then here's the last morning of the hunt, nothing. I mean, like I say, you can see a little bit of corn, but nothing crazy. Alright, folks. This is blind number 8. You can see that it's a little bit older, same style blind, just faded. Let's look at the inside. My wife's chair, ain't it pretty? But anyway, there's the marker on this one. This one is not a very good setup in my opinion. The camera makes it look further, but that whole opening there is probably to the end over there is 90 yards. That's where you kind of park in the area towards the truck. So that's not what you want to do. But we did. I mean, you're not shooting towards the truck, but it's in the direction, kind of where you walk up through to get to here. So that's at your left window, and we scattered up to about that tree in the middle there, which is about 50 yards. It kind of splits the distance between that back tree line. And then it's got an opening right there where we corned. That's probably about 60 yards to that tree line. And then up in there in that opening, we corned, which is about max 75 to that back tree line, but really to where that high grass starts, about 45, 50. So it's just not very much space to see it.
10. About 50, 60 yards that way. Another 50, 60 yards up that hill. Maybe about 50 yards, 60 yards around that little bend down that way.